beautiful dear. How are you?
Good morning, sunshine. How are you?
Okay, I'm okay. How's everything with you?
It's going very good. Uh, I honed my mess. I didn't hone it. I figured out my message this morning. So I have like 3 or 4 people that have agreed to put me on podcasts, which is cool. Oh, I need to call
That's
Andre. Um,
awesome.
so
What about Gary?
yeah, I need to redo Gary's too. Hang on, podcast. I'm furiously writing down my stuff. Um, and trying to get all these sticky notes onto one section to get them off my face because it's cluttery and this would make me crazy. And all right, that goes away too. So I was I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I was like, how do I hone that down?
Mhm.
Figure it out. And then this morning, and then a lot of things have crossed my path recently. Well, not recently, over time. One of them was Chris Turner's thing that he did, the his 4 rules. And then Jordan Peterson has a book, which I just downloaded. I have not listened to it yet, but it's his 12 rules of life. And then Ray Dalio does one called Principles, which I love. That one I have read. Love Ray
I
Dalio.
have the book, yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
he's awesome.
Yep. And I was like, well, you have rules that you live your life around. Like, what are those? And so this morning, I just dictated down like 10, just slammed them out. And I'm like, these are things I really feel passionately about. And we'll talk about them on Friday. I'll do Friday so you do that. And then as I was telling my husband, I'm like, and there's another one. I'm like, all right, I have 10 plus a bonus one. I'm like, and that kind of works. And then my husband's like, you have nothing in there about love. And I'm like, I do too. It's in the first thing. It is
That
too.
is so cool.
Yeah. So I'm
That is
happy.
so awesome, Tina. I'm so excited for you. That's so cool. Did you see my post? Are we friends on Facebook? Because I feel like, I don't know, I tried to tag you and I couldn't. Then I tagged you on my comments because I couldn't tag you on the post for some reason. I have no idea.
Okay.
But I have,
Is this the post that doesn't have, so I have you, but it's a picture of a woman's statue, I think it is, or a statue. Is that the one?
no, the other one
Yeah.
with the red.
Oh,
Yeah, the other one with the
okay.
red.
So let's find you with the red.
Me trying to navigate and survive on Facebook. Can you believe it? I feel like I'm America's Most Wanted. I have no idea why this stupid platform is targeting me. I have no clue.
Okay, so I just followed you. I wasn't following apparently. So now I'm following
Oh
you.
God.
And
Okay.
oh, add friend. I hadn't added you. I had the other one as friend. Okay, so I've got to
Maybe. Okay,
You
okay,
are the
cool.
most
So that would,
drop dead gorgeous person I think I've ever run across. And if
oh,
you look so nice, I would not want to stand next to you in a picture.
oh, come on. Are you kidding? I do not look nearly as good anymore. I mean, literally in the last 5 years, I feel like I've aged 15 years. I'm not even kidding. I feel horrible, but I look forward to the day where I don't feel this way anymore.
Me too. That would be
I
good.
look forward to my love.
So, well,
Yeah,
let's dig in. Let's hear some stuff from all y'all. Let's hear, you're sounding a little better, not 100%, but you can hear you sounding a little better. So
I hope so.
let's hear some good news. What do you guys got?
I got another lead from Bigger Pockets last night. I spoke with Trevor and he reached out. He's like, is it worth it? And I said, honestly, totally, in my opinion, because even if one of those, I made very, very good connections with every lead that came through so far. Um, and but they're all on hold, basically. There is one guy that I need to do a feasibility type of analysis for. And that one's on me. It's going to take some time to sort of explore the markets for him and to sort of run the numbers, present that over to him to see if any of these locations are feasible locations for him to start his development projects in. The other guy, he reached out saying he wants to buy in a year. But I gave him like this hard to refuse type of offer. So I'm checking to see if he might be interested enough to like jump on board. The other lady is waiting to clear out her probate, to actually start the process. And one guy reached out to me last night, just after I spoke with Trevor, to let me know he's interested in multifamily homes in the Austin area. So if any one of these pan out, without a doubt, it's like worth 10 times what I paid for it. And honestly, the connections that I made, even if they do take a longer time, I'm extremely, extremely happy because they don't come through as cold leads. That's the cool part. They actually come through as if like they know you and they want your help. You're not just some stranger. It seems like they've already read the bio and they're reaching out with intention. And what I love about the people that are coming through so far is they know what they're doing. They're not like totally clueless. They know the strategies they want to implement, and they're not just, oh, let me see if I can, pursue this or not. So I really, really, really am very happy, knock on wood, so far with everything that's been going on with Bigger Pockets. I feel very thankful for the opportunity. But one of the things that I was telling Trevor last night is the guy that Gary brought on, he's like, oh yeah, if you guys have a couple of people sign up, we might consider giving you like 3 leads. I was like, 3 leads? The other guy that signed me up, he promised a minimum of 5 if only 3 markets were taken. And he said that they'd be open to consider 10 free leads if more than that actually
Tell
signed
Gary.
up. So
Tell
what
Gary,
love?
have a conversation with Gary and go
Mhm.
back and get that. And then, because Gary, because he'll be able to work with the people who are signing up also, and because it's centralized, we can keep track of it. And then we can go
Uh-huh.
back and go get that. So I would talk with Gary and figure out some sort of plan of attack.
Okay. Okay,
I
love,
love
sounds good.
that. I love all this. And because if nothing else, it sounds like a really good pipeline. And
It
pipeline is a
really
great,
is. Really, really is. And like the people that are reaching out, like they're not cold. They're not
Mhm.
absolutely cold. They're actually ready to get started and they're ready to talk business. That's what I really like.
Love
There's
it.
a lot of intentionality behind the connection. So I love that.
Love it, love it, love it. Awesome sauce. Thank you, Anna. Who else has got some good news?
Thank you, my love.
I do.
Bring it on.
I'm writing an offer for my brother.
Nice.
Yay.
So
Very nice.
he can only do owner financing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got 50,000 to put down.
Oh, he's in a good place.
So I convinced 3 sellers to do owner financing, and the condos are only about 200,000.
Oh, he's in great shape. He really.
So as a backup, I
Well,
looked in
hang on one
really
second.
slow.
Hang on one second. Why can he only do owner financing?
He's got some, I think it's DTI or some tax stuff. I don't like.
You don't want to dig too much? Okay. Has he looked into a local bank that portfolios their loans?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
never mind.
Yeah.
That's it. That was my only question. Because
Yeah, because I have a lot of relationships with portfolio loans, but
okay.
So as a backup, I looked in RealFlow. Gary told me how to look up the local investors.
Mm-hmm.
There were a local financing people. There are 1,000 of them in Nashville, and most of them are in 2 zip codes.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Great. That's an interesting database, isn't it?
Yeah, and in Nashville, we have a city within a city called Belmead, and it's one of the richest zip codes in the country. It's old money, money. And most of them, half of them came from there.
Oh, Bree, you have just talked about gold.
Right, and I looked them up. Like I looked up a couple of them, like on internet and stuff.
Right.
They're like vice presidents at UBS and from New York that have moved here. And I was like, oh, I need to cultivate this later.
Yeah, that's a good database. That's really interesting. Matter of fact, I wonder if Gary, God, there are so many good ideas flowing around today. I wonder if Gary has ever, like, that would be a good thing to tap into and maybe teach a class on it, or at least let us know, hey, this is where this is, and here are different strategies. All right, over here, second list, Gary, GP Investor Database.
So the 3 sellers that are interested in doing owner financing have never done it before. So I reached out to Gary to give me some guidance on putting the terms together, and they told me just to submit the term with the offer.
Yep. That's hilarious because Gary and I just went over owner financing on the other side for me doing it a couple weeks ago. That's funny. All right. Well, awesome news, Bree. Very cool. All right. Who else has got something good?
All right, I'm going to the first
Yes.
meeting of this term Finance Committee for the Massachusetts Association of Realtors. So that will be my second term serving.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You look very nice today too.
Thank you. That's why I keep playing with my collar.
Very nice. All right. Who else has got something? Craig, Ron Williams and I talked a little bit about you yesterday.
Did you?
Yes. And he said, he goes, I love whatever is going on with Craig because he's comfortable now in front of a camera and you can see from where he was to where he is. And he's like, it's really cool.
Yeah, Ron hasn't gotten back with me yet.
He and I were doing a bit of phone tag yesterday also. And we only had this little window to talk. And he's like, I didn't finish what I have to say. And I'm like, and then we played phone tag again. And then it got later in the day and I'm like, I cooked part of a good dinner. My husband cooked the other part of the good dinner, but we made this really nice dinner last night. And I'm like, I had 3 more calls and I'm like, I cannot talk to people anymore. Y'all are done.
Yeah. So, yeah, I did connect Gary and the builder yesterday.
Cool.
Yeah, I made the introduction. So I don't know if the builder actually got back with him, but I did make an email introduction.
Cool. Very cool. All right. Liz or Kathy? Kathy, you're driving, but I see you're not on mute. So can you talk?
Okay. Good news. I don't know. Did I say anything about going to the EXP meeting yesterday? I mean, on Monday?
Yes, but
Okay.
I think you told me. I don't know if you told us. I could be wrong.
Well, I don't know either, but out of that there were new people that came other than Pam Allen. And I sent out an email yesterday with some of that and invited them to come to join our Monday meetings. And 2 out of the 3 that were there responded and that they would like to come. So I've got to send the link out to them. And you know, I'm in one of those spots where I'm just thinking a lot, you know. So yesterday I just spent time, for the most part, out in the yard. I mean, I did other stuff, but I spent time digging around and cleaning up and building fires, you know. But I'm trying to figure out what direction to go right now, because I just feel like I need to.
I think that what you're doing is the exact right and perfect thing to be doing. And that is looking inward for your, getting out in nature and looking inward for your answer, because I'm going to affirm right now that you've lived enough life, you are smart enough, you are strong enough, you are capable enough, and you know enough to be able, and who knows you better than you? Nobody. To be able to find the answer with what direction you want to go. And that's a different question than this is what I want to do. What are the skills? Hang on, I don't have this skill. Who can work with me on this skill? Mentor, coaching, teaching, training, lessons, whatever. That is a different question than what direction do I want to go? And what does that look like? And those questions, the big questions, you look inside.
And I think part of that is that I don't want it to get too big, whatever it is. I don't want to be consumed by it. So I think I'm intentionally getting in my own way.
What would
Um,
consumed like it look like? What would that look like?
when I don't have time to do anything that I want, I'm just working. In one
Okay.
way or another, I'm just working.
Okay, so are you in control of the hours and times that you work and don't work?
Technically, yes, but it's one of, you like that word, but
I like it when it's a deliberate shift. I don't like it when you negate the thing prior. So it depends upon how you want to use it, because it's definitely, I mean, it's a conjunction for a reason.
oh yeah. Everybody's situation's different. And I know at least some of you know that I'm one of those people that I have to do everything. I don't have the support for anything, really. Other than you guys. But
Does that include the if you have to do everything, does that include having to, like, that includes taking care of yourself too, right?
of course,
Yeah, like, because it's only you, right?
yep. I mean,
Okay.
I have my daughter, I have my grandson, but they're not support systems. Not really.
Right, and I totally get that, I really do. So, if you're it to take care of it, and I understand that, and I get it, because, my daughter, I'm 3/4 of the way supporting her, and my mother-in-law, definitely, and blah, 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 blah. Do you, and it's you, then do you have the ability or the choice to be able to say, I only want to do this here during this and that there during that, and this thing takes care of me, and I need to take care of me too?
And you're talking about time blocking, and
Am
I
I?
hate, yeah, I hate time blocking, but
So am I? What if I'm not talking about time blocking?
well, in terms of business, that's what it is. But
Mhm.
but yes, I think everybody has those choices, but I do find that there are limitations to what they can really do. And that's kind of where I feel I'm at. For instance, yes, I could have and should have probably just worked on paper crap because it's there looming and it hasn't gone away and it won't till I deal with it. And the sooner I do that, it will be better all the way around because it'll be off of me. And I know that. But it's just, I can't do it nonstop. I can't. It takes so long to do it. And it's not something I can, even if I wanted to hire it in and had the funds, it's not something I could really do. That's not that particular thing. And so I go, okay, I could hire somebody to do yard work, a little bit anyway. But that's my break. That's my sanity. So if I give that away, and I don't have the business to do a lot of this stuff anyway, so it's sort of irrelevant.
So, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, you have this big, huge project looming of paperwork that that has to get done, and your life will get better if you get it done. And it's
Innovative.
more than one day, it's multiple hours, and you cannot do it 24/7 because, well, nobody can, but specifically you can't either, which makes you a human being, which is cool. And your break is nature and work and yard work, and you like that, to be able to get away for that and to get clarity around everything so you can go back to deal with the dragon, let's call it, of the paperwork. And you're trying to vacillate between the two of taking care of yourself and taking care of this huge project, which you don't like doing either. So it's not like it's a fun dragon. I don't know if any dragon really is, but it's definitely not in this case.
But it's fire breathing.
Exactly, it's a fire breathing. Also, dragons are interesting because dragons hoard gold, and that's the thing that you want. Not really, but you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
whatever that symbol is. And so what you want is at the dragon. Okay, so knowing that, if it was your daughter and she had that situation in front of her, what would you tell her to do out of curiosity?
I would say, let me help. No doubt about it. She would let me, you know, because it's not something she likes either. And she looks to me for accounting and that kind of stuff.
Right.
So she wouldn't hesitate in it at all. She may say, you know, I've got to do this and this and this, but yes, please do it. And you know, it makes it more complicated because no matter what, there's always things that come into play and I have to do. I have to do everything? No. I'm going to a meeting right now that's in Charlottesville for an hour, that it's a networking thing. I don't really have to do it. It's something that Pam put together and I want to be supportive, and you know, it's not going to hurt. And I'm going to run a couple of errands while I'm out. So it, you know, and then I go deliver food today, and then I'm going to go for a hike to try to get my body moving. But
So hang on 1 second right there, please. That
Yes.
day that you just described, would, if you were standing back and instead of what do I need to do and I need to take care of, if you were like, what does Kathy Urasek need to do what does Kathy need to do? Would Kathy stand back and go as a third party, go, Kathy, that is a good day, go do that day. That is the highest and best use of today, not tomorrow, not the next day, not the looming projects, just today.
I want to do all of it, but
Uh-huh.
the food bank's given back.
There's no
And-
right or wrong answer, by the way, and we don't have your
Okay.
answers either. You just have your answers.
Yeah, I always like giving back.
Mhm.
So food bank is directly giving back.
Mhm.
The meeting is actually giving back too, but not to the same degree,
Mhm.
because I'm being supportive. The hike is purely me. That's for me, period.
Mhm.
So, you know, basically today is a give back and take in for my own self, my inner self. Hopefully a little bit of the outer self, and I shed a few pounds, but
And would you look at you in the situation you're in, if you were a third party looking back at Kathy and go, that is a damn good use of your day today?
you know, Gina, I'm one of these people that I look at all of it, not just, so I'm going to say no because of that. On the surface, I think it's great on the surface, but I also know that I'm not debt free. And by me not working harder at trying to get business in whatever shape that is, or investing, which is what I'm thinking is probably going to be more of, I just have to figure out how to make it happen for myself.
But Kathy, you can't pour from an empty cup. So you taking time for yourself is not surface. That's deep.
Yep.
You have to re-energize yourself, and you're human. You're not a robot. Even though you say it'll take a whole day.
Oh no, it's
got to,
3
or
quarters.
whatever, like 8 hours. But
Right.
if you do chunks, like an hour here, an hour gardening, you know, like value that time that you're pouring back into yourself, so that you are an amazing pour out. And like Liz said the other day, be a good receiver, but be a good receiver from yourself.
And I'm getting better, but that's certainly something I'm bad at. I am 100 times better at giving to others than giving to myself. I'm
Yeah.
getting better, and I have been getting better over the years. I have occasionally even said no to people when they wanted me to do stuff. Or since a lot of times it's my daughter, I'll turn around and go, okay, what are you going to do for me? You know,
The
Kathy,
rest.
you
Go ahead.
you have Craig syndrome. So
And
I'm
that's
gonna tell you.
name.
So I mean, I battled with the same thing for like a long time. I mean, you sound just like what I was going through. Because I would spend my day out in nature and, you know, but I think after I came out of that period, I was so much better. I needed it. Because I was going through a certain phase in my life, right? So now, and you mentioned time blocking. I'm terrible at time blocking. I don't like it either. So what I do is what I do is I know what I have to do 2 hours a day, no matter what time it is. When that 2 hours comes, I just make sure I give that 2 hours for the day. And sometimes I don't complete the 2 hours. Sometimes it's only an hour. I learned not to beat myself up anymore.
oh yeah.
You know, I just go with it. But that's kind of worked for me, you know, and believe me, I'm still working on it. I'm still
Yay.
trying to get there, but that's just kind of how I handle it.
And that's why I keep saying I'm a work in progress. I am. I think everybody is, to be
Yeah,
honest.
we all are.
I hope so, because the ones who aren't
Are dead.
They're dead, or they're suck, or they're narcissists, or they're worse, because they don't need to learn. And every stinking narcissist that I know, and I have known way too damn many of them, once they got out of school, they stopped learning because they don't need to learn because they know everything. And then that's it. And so what might be smart at, 12 or 15 or 18 is dumb as a damn rock at 50. So thank God we're all learning people.
Yeah. I mean, I always want to learn. It may be little tiny things, but, and I think that I'm fairly positive. I have my moments, but I think I'm fairly positive, and I appreciate having gone through so much crap in my life. I feel like, I know how to be appreciative for things. Do I crawl back in myself and feel sorry for myself sometimes? Of course. I'm, like you said, I'm human. But overall, I think that I'm a pretty positive person, and I'm pretty grateful for what I do have. I just, in good or bad, I just happen to be one of those people that see the whole, or a lot of the whole picture, so I can see all these little repercussions that happen if I do this or I don't do that.
I want you to stay in the whole picture thing because I like that. And I also want you to realize that the only thing that you can do, and the only thing that you can control, and the only thing that you have is right here. It's this teeny, 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 tiny moment in time in front of you. And the rest of it, you're either borrowing worry, or you're borrowing whatever it's called when you look back at you regret, because you can't change what happened back then anyway. So yes, big picture, but what you do right now in the present is all you really have control over. And it's always just doing the next right step. That's all it is.
That's why I don't like time blocking, because all those things, because I do have to deal with all those things, get in the way.
But you are only here right now, right this very second. And so here's something that I'm running and grappling across is that I'm getting older and I can't get done the things I used to be able to get done in a day.
I know.
I can't. But
and my muscles aren't as strong either.
No, it's not. But it's okay. And so I'm slowing down, not because I really want to, but because if I go and do all the work I want to do, which I still try and do on occasion, it hurts really, really, really bad the next day. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm good. Okay. Instead of a to-do list, why don't we, the morning of the day or looking back, or the night at the end of the day looking back, why don't we do a to-done list? And if we keep a to-done list and we keep it over a year, you will be surprised at how much you really do get done. Instead
Yeah.
of a to-do list, it's a to-done list. Look what yesterday I did, boom, 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 boom. And we don't do that. We don't celebrate it. We don't do any of that stuff. We just check it off and then we move on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Instead of going, look at all this crap I did. Holy moly.
You know, I don't put together a to-do list very often. And that's because most of the time, one, I can keep it in my head still.
Oh,
But two, you know, I do that priority thing in my head. It's just like when I was in college and I'd have to write papers and all that crap. You know, you'd get, okay, this is what you got to do. I'd walk around composing that thing in my head forever before I ever sat down to write.
mhm.
And I do that with the stuff I've got to do too. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday out in Washington, and they've just had some surgeries and stuff, and they're just getting back to being able to go out and walk and stuff. So she reached out, and during that time, she one of the things I said is, you know, we were going over what's going on. I said, I got to get up on the roof and get the crap off my roof. I haven't done it, and I should have. And she says, well, you need to make sure you call somebody, and so that they're over there. I'm going, I started laughing. I said, oh yeah, who? Right, come on, watch me be on the roof, see if I fall. I said, and you know what? Nobody would notice if I was gone anyway.
That's bullshit.
I know in some
I'm gonna
ways,
call it. It's
all of you
bullshit.
guys would holler, or some of them would holler out and go, we haven't seen Kathy in a while. Well, she's on the ground off the roof.
There are, everything you do matters. Everything you do matters.
It
And
touches people.
it touches people, and it touches people in a profound. Studies show that when you have a bad interaction with somebody and you do like chew the person out or whatever, that goes at least 3 levels deep, because they turn around and have with at least 3 people. Your action, that's a negative one. I don't know how far positive ones reach, but if a negative goes 3 and someone does something and and then I try and get it out of my head, the positive ones, that affects my entire day. And I know that it spins out to everybody else's stuff also. Like I came in today, and I am today, high as a kite because of the interaction that we had with Chris, whatever day, Monday, and the ideas that spun off of that, and the stuff that I can build off of that. And that's just one positive interaction, which now I get to be on a podcast, a bunch of them, in front of 1,500 people for one, and I don't know how many other people for the other ones, who knows, whatever. What you do matters. It flat out matters.
Yeah, you know what I'm learning from this?
What?
I'm in one of those spots where I'm feeling sorry for myself.
Oh, what a good lesson.
At least a little bit.
I think what you're doing today then is the perfect thing.
Yeah.
To be doing is feeding your soul and others. And that is a good thing to do when you're in a place like that. So then I would look back at you, Kathy, and say, what you're doing today, Kathy, is exactly what you should be doing today. And I'm pretty sure that I might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5 other people that agree with me.
Yeah.
6, I can get you on board.
And that's because I said that it doesn't matter if I fell off the roof. That's why I said, you know what? I'm probably feeling a little sorry for myself.
You needed to go there. You really did.
Enjoy your hike today too.
What?
Enjoy your hike when you go on your hike today.
Yeah.
Just really take it in and enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful, but because one day last week, trying to make sure that I fit in things appropriately, I went for a very, very fast walk around my neighborhood, and I haven't measured it in a long time, but I know that it's probably between 2 and 3 miles around my neighborhood walking.
Hmm?
And it's up and down hills and all that good stuff. And we did it in about 54 minutes.
Okay.
And that might not
Longer
sound
than 2 to 3
like
miles.
a lot, but when you're out of shape,
It's longer than 2 to
And
3
you got
miles,
to feel-
because 3 miles at an easy pace. No, 20 minutes a mile. Yeah, so 3 miles at easy pace is an hour. So I'm telling you, you did farther than that.
And it was
Yeah, well,
hilly.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I was huffing and puffing.
Slower.
Yep, that's a good one.
And
Kathy.
and so the end result of that was I did fine. I felt fine, all that, other than I was embarrassed because I was with somebody huffing and puffing. But my knee swelled up. It's like, oh great.
Kathy,
Um,
may I ask you a question?
of course.
Have you ever broken any plates?
Broken plates.
Oh, that's
Yep.
P.S. thing. He loves
Oh,
that.
one time.
And how did you feel about it?
I was mad when I did it, and I was mad when I broke it. I
I
and I
love
broke it
tinkling glass
intentionally.
sound.
I broke it
Because-
intentionally.
Yes,
My ex-husband was being stupid, and he was breaking my plates, and I went, okay, fine, we can do this. You're gonna buy me more. Smash.
and how did you feel about that?
I didn't like it at all. I didn't like any of it, but because it's a waste, but
Well,
it's
What I'm
kind of
getting at is that it's okay to break a plate.
yeah, and it's
And
kind
right
of
now
like
you have a lot of plates going. Spinning. I'm a plate spinner, and
Are
right
you?
now I am like stuck, and my plates are falling apart. Are falling down off the sticks, and I have no choice but to feel okay with it.
right.
So like finances are not where they were supposed to be. Now I had this plumbing emergency, all that stuff, and I'm here with you guys, and it feels okay that the plates are falling down around me because I'm here with you guys, and it will be fine.
It will be fine.
Oh yeah, I always know that things will be fine. That's one thing I have, again, having gone through so much crap, it all works out.
Yeah,
And,
but that's
you know-
because you're a very intellectual person. You're very smart. You can see all the angles, and you're very rational. So you can rationalize the situation pretty easily. But what I invite you to do is listen to
Okay.
Gina.
Listen to Gina. Gina
And
knows.
Just enjoy the day. Let the plates fall. We want you here every day. You matter to us and to the world. But it's okay that things fall down.
Yeah.
And don't think about it too much. It's hard. It's very hard. And now I'm going to shut up.
No,
Oh no, I agree, because one of the things that I've learned is that it's okay to feel sorry for yourself or whatever, have those moments. It's okay for that. The thing that's not okay is to stay there.
amen. I
Um,
agree with that. And I hate to do this because if I didn't have a Zoom that I'm 10 minutes late for, I would stay on this for a long time, and I want to for you,
Oh,
and I can't.
I feel I feel badly for having went here.
Stop.
I guess.
Stop.
No,
We
no,
all
no,
are
no.
human beings, and we all need to be fed, and we all need to learn to receive. And the
Yeah.
irony is we start off being very dependent, completely and utterly dependent upon everything for food, water, milk, everything. And we grow to become independent, where we need to stand on our own 2 feet. And then we grow to become more dependent again. And
Mhm.
it's a nice, lovely lesson to learn. And the thing of it is we feel very loved also. We get to be blessed and feel very loved. Where we've held our hands around the world and loved them, it becomes a time for the world to hold their hands around us and love us. So it's a good place to be. And I'm glad that you took us here. I really am. Because we
Y'all are
love
so
you.
special. You really
And
are.
if we were all in person, we would all be around you, hugging you very tightly.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
oh, Craig is doing it.
I like hugs.
Yeah.
We
I
all
love-
love you, Kathy. Just know that everything's okay, and all of us have been through times that you're going through right now. But we're here for you. If you need anything, reach out, please.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
All right. Go.
Yeah, call
Go
Anna.
go fill your soul today, girl. All right.
I will do my best. Thank you.
Love you all.
All
Bye-bye.
Love
right.
you guys.
Love
Have
you
a
too.
beautiful day, everyone.
Sending you love.
Bye.
You as
Bye.
well. Bye-bye.